If you're over 40, you've trained before, you know exactly what to do, and you're still not doing it consistently. You start well, you have a few good weeks, maybe a few good months, then something happens. Work gets hectic, life gets in the way, and it all falls apart again. And then comes the thing I know you're sick of, the restart, the guilt, the right, this time it's going to be different. I want to talk to you about why this keeps happening, because it's not what you think it is. Most people think it's a motivation problem. They think they just need to want it more, be more disciplined, try harder, do more. And it's not that. The real problem is your plan. Think about it. The routine you've been trying to follow, when does it work? When everything's fine, when work is calm, when the week is quiet, when you've got time, when you've got energy, when you've got the motivation, and when you've got the headspace. But here's the thing, you don't get results in your best, quiet weeks. You get results in your worst, busiest weeks. The holiday, the work trip, the crazy 14 days in the office, or the Tuesday night when you get home at 7:30, absolutely exhausted. The kids need something, and all you want to do is sit on the sofa, just leave me alone. That week, that's where consistency is built or broken. And if your plan collapses every time life gets real, it was never really a plan. It was just a routine you could follow when things are easy. My name is Gerhard. I'm an online coach based here in Dubai. I'm 40, I'm a dad, I'm a former professional rugby player, and I've been coaching for over 17 years now, over 11,000 hours in person in the gym, and transform over 600 people online. But none of it is the reason I do this work. I lost my dad when I was 17. He was just 49. Health problems that didn't have to take him that early. And that shaped everything. Who I coach, what I actually care about and believe in, and what I'm trying to give people. It's not for me about aesthetics. It's about living longer, feeling capable, and being around the people who need you. I also know what drift feels like from the inside. I had surgeries. My daughter was born. There was years where I wasn't in great shape. I didn't feel good about myself, and where everything fell apart. So I had to rebuild this more than once. So when I talk about this, I'm not doing it from the gym floor or talking about someone else's life. I'm doing it from the inside because I've experienced it. I know what it feels like, and with the same pressure you're dealing with. So here's what I do differently. Most coaches, most programs, they build a plan around your best week. 5 sessions a week, a meal plan, full commitment, check-ins, strict rules, very extreme, and it works until it doesn't. I do the opposite, and I pride myself in that. The first thing we figure out together, what does your worst week look like? Not the week where everything lines up and is perfect, the week where it doesn't, the week the project deadline hits, the week you're traveling, the holiday where the routine goes out the window, the days you get home and you've got nothing left to give to the family or to your partner. What can I still do in that week? That becomes your floor, your non-negotiable, your minimum standard, the behaviors you can hold regardless. Not when you feel like it, not when everything's perfect, but every single week. Because here's what I've seen over the last 17 years of coaching. The people that get results and keep them are the ones who train the hardest. They're the ones who never fully stop. Bad weeks, they still count. You don't fall off the wagon. You fall back to your floor. And the floor is what we built first. The way we build that looks like this. Number 1, training. 2 to 3 sessions a week. Strength focus workouts built for your body at the stage of your life, not someone else's life, and we're not doing it for punishment. Number 2, nutrition. We don't do meal plans. No cutting out things that you enjoy. We have simple rules that you can follow to survive weekends, work trips, family dinners. Protein will always come first. Flexibility built in. That's it. And the standards, the non-negotiables, the floor we set for your worst weeks and hold you to every week after that. Everything is bespoke. Build around your schedule, your life, your history, not a template, not a cookie cutter program. And here's what shifts when you follow this long enough. You stop being someone who keeps starting over. You become someone who just doesn't drift anymore. That is the real result. I want to tell you about a few people I've worked with. Gary, he came to me borderline diabetic, constantly starting over. Full-time job, kids, a really busy life. The classic pattern of doing well for a few weeks, then watching it all fall apart. Gary lost 20 pounds, but more than that, he built a way of living that fits his actual life. He's not restarting anymore. Rowena lost 11 pounds, but what she said stuck with me. If I go on holiday or I have a weekend off, I know I'll get back to my routine. That is a huge identity shift. And that's what we're actually building. And Lizzie, she was 58 years old, no focus, no direction, just gaining weight, losing weight, and gaining it back on. Now she lost 3 stone. It's gone. Real muscle, real definition at 58. These aren't people with perfect lives and perfect schedules. They have real stressful, high-profile jobs. They have family. They have activities just like you with real pressure. I've transformed over 600 people online, and I've coached over 11,000 hours in person on the gym floor. And I tell you this not to impress you, but to show you that what I'm describing isn't a theory. I should be honest about who this isn't for. If you want a 6-week fix, it's not for you. Please, if you want someone to tell you what you want to hear, I'm not your coach. I'll tell you what you need to hear, and that's the only way this is going to work. And if you're not willing to hold the minimum standard when life gets hard, we're probably not a fit. I don't work with everyone, and I think that's really important to say. So if you're still watching this, I think you already know that this is for you because you've been here before. You know what it feels like to start well and then watch it all fall apart. And you're sick and tired of that. The question isn't whether you want to change. We know you want to change. You are ready to change. The question is whether you are ready to stop following a plan built for your best weeks and start following a plan that you can hold even in your worst weeks. Here's what happens next. Click the link below. It takes 2 minutes to fill in the application form. And after that, you're going to book a simple call. It's a conversation. It's not a sales call. And then we can talk about where you're at the moment, where you want to go, and what's been getting in the way, and whether what I do is genuinely the right fit for you. And if it is, we'll talk about the next step. And if it's not, I'll tell you that too. So no pressure, no hard sell. Just click the link and let's have a chat.